Okay, so Deming 66 questions, part 2. Question number 7. Now, he's going to talk about service organizations here, but it's key if we let's say your project is on a manufacturing company. That doesn't mean to just skip this section. In fact, question number 8 is about, he calls it service in a construction company or something. And the interviewer said, if you say that the construction company, they'll go, well, we're not a construction company. Or we're not a service organization, so we don't have to answer that question, go on. The 66 questions is very long. And after about 45 minutes, the person you're interviewing, and yourself, will be looking for any excuse to skip. So if you can, try to phrase things, because like if you're making and delivering products, that's a service too. So we have services within the organization as well. So proportion of employees that know that you have a product and this product is a service. How many employees are on board? Does every employee know that he or she has a customer? Could an employee be so lost on the job that they don't realize that they have a customer? Well, I guess they could. We do have the concept that you should have learned in other classes, internal customers and external customers. Now later on, Deming will ask the question too, does every employee know the requirements of the next step? So just because the employee might be in the back room, say at a bank, they're still serving the customer. And they might be serving an internal customer who therefore goes and serves another internal customer or an external customer. So everyone should have a customer. Even the janitor has a customer. Don't just skip through because you're not a construction company or that. Now, here is a key question. How do you define quality? You're going to notice, and you should have noticed if you've read through all the 66 questions, this isn't just about management, it's about marketing too. If we don't have marketing to find out what the customer wants, management doesn't know what to do. So, and then if we don't have management, then nothing gets done. So how do you define quality? This could apply to a product or a service. He's talking about, he's kind of in the realm of services at the moment. But how do you define quality? What's a quality experience at the bank? What's a quality experience at the grocery store? What's the quality, the definition of quality, getting your car fixed? So, how do you define quality? Man, that's a deep question. That's deep. We have all the little details of what the customer, we have to ask the customer. We have to involve the customer if we're going to continuously improve and go in the right direction. But how do you define quality? Going to a grocery store, how do you define quality? What do you look for in a grocery store? What's the perfect grocery store? What's the perfect bank? What's the perfect car repair? Now, how do you measure it? So, will they know, the person you're interviewing, will they know the definition of quality that their customer's looking for? Or is it their definition? That's a question too. And how do you measure it? Now, C, kind of divided these into two. Is your service better than it was a year ago? Sure it is. We've made lots of improvements. Well, go back and say, how do you define quality? How do you measure it? And how do you know? How do you know? How do you know if it's better or worse than it was a year ago? Keep in mind, people, you're kind of invading their privacy and asking probing questions. And is your service better than it was a year ago? Of course it is. Of course it is. Why? Good question. Why? And how do you know? Well, if you ask me, you might include here, do you have a benchmark? not benchmarking, but a benchmark, such as did you measure, you know what the definition of quality is, do you know how to measure it? And we get a benchmark on how it was a year ago and how we've improved. This is not only a diagnostic, we're here to help people. And hopefully by asking these questions, their mind will start to work. Shucks, I think we're better, but I don't know how we're better. I would say we're better, but when I'm asked to define how we're better, I don't know. How do we do the plan, do, study, act cycle, not knowing where we were and where we're going and why we're going in this way? I mean, it's unorganized. Now, again, question number 8 says a construction company. Please don't have your answer. They are not a construction company. This question, let's look at the question. Is your service to your customers better than it was 2 years ago? In what way? Well, you have to include all this too. So that's not just a construction company, that's any company. Now, moving on to another topic, 12, purchasing on price alone. The lowest bidder purchasing. Do you buy on price alone, not factoring in quality? There is I was told by a major operation, they went cheap on the packaging, they got sued. So, if you are purchasing on price alone, going to the lowest bidder on your raw materials, if yes, what is this policy costing you? Does cost come into consideration? And this leads into question number 59, management by figures. Do you run your company on visible figures alone? So all of this ties in. And it's important because we can save, let's just say we lay off one employee. How much did we save? Well, they make $20,000 a year. So we saved $20,000 a year. But, okay, so in this case, we're laying off somebody. $20,000 a year. Maybe that's okay. Maybe we did save $20,000 a year. Maybe this person really didn't have a place. We improved the process and, well, hopefully we helped them find another job. Well, let's just say we just lay off a person. What are the invisible figures of what just happened? A lot of people don't think about that. We lay off one person. What does that say to the rest of the people? Well, it depends on how it was done. But if it's just done coldly, what does that say to everybody else? I'm next. I don't know, maybe I'm next. Here comes fear. Morale goes down. Willingness to share your ideas goes down. Continuous improvement? Man, we got to think about getting out of here because people are getting bad. A lot of people think, and some of you are accounting students, we saved $20,000. This may have cost you, what did it cost you? Morale, you got fear, no help, I'll say, speaking up, communication goes down, fear, engagement goes down, and you get that attitude at the store that I got this weekend. Customer service goes down. Asking a guy this weekend, hey, do you have this? No. When will you get it? No, I don't know. It's just a bad experience. I wonder what happened. I think there's a person who's not there anymore. Feeding the hog comes in there too. Now, so we're playing around here with cost and management by figures alone. What if we improve the service? go the other way, right? We improve the service. We can't measure our reputation out there, can we? Can't measure happiness. Can't measure future business that might come in because our service quality went up. So there we go. A lot of cool stuff in here. I know you don't have all year to do this 66 questions, which is more like 250, but there are some good things in here. See what they say. If it makes sense, go with it. If it doesn't make sense, explain it. And we are here to help. See, if we can get a couple of companies going in the right direction, knowing what the customer wants, continuously improve, we know what the quality definition is of quality for whatever we do, start working on it, start realizing that any little thing that we do actually impacts other operations in ways that we can't measure. Yeah, we can make an impact on the country out there. All right.